There is a cold, unshakable truth about the world that many refuse to accept: life is a competition. From the moment we take our first breath, we are thrust into a brutal, unforgiving arena where only the strong will rise, and the weak will be left behind. This is not merely a cliché or a metaphor, it is the very fabric of existence, woven into the genetic code of every living being on this planet. The philosophy of the top 1%, those who control wealth, power, and influence, is rooted in this unrelenting principle of Darwinian survival. Those at the pinnacle of success understand that nature does not reward mediocrity. They thrive in the chaos, adapt to every challenge, and push beyond the limits that constrain the ordinary. If you do not dominate, you will be dominated. If you do not seize power, you will be at the mercy of those who do. This is the harsh, unapologetic reality that most people ignore because it makes them uncomfortable. But today, we pull back the curtain and expose the truth: the world is ruled by those who embrace the struggle, not by those who shy away from it. The vast majority of people are conditioned to believe in fairness, equality, and cooperation as the foundations of a civilized society. They cling to the illusion that everyone is entitled to success, that hard work alone guarantees reward, and that playing by the rules will lead to prosperity. But the elites, the true survivors, know better. They understand that the world is not fair, and it never has been. They see beyond the comforting lies fed to the masses and instead operate by an entirely different code, one rooted in evolutionary law. The strong take what they want, the smart manipulate the system, and the weak become fuel for the ambitions of those who refuse to accept mediocrity. The question is, where do you stand? Are you one of the few willing to harness the brutal truths of life and rise to the top? Or will you be swept away by the tide of those who refuse to evolve? Today, we will break down the principles that define the top 1%, the mindset that separates the dominant from the dominated, and the cold, strategic philosophy that dictates who thrives and who perishes in the modern world. Subscribe to our channel, and if this video found you in search for the road to success, feel free to share your findings in the comment section. Let's get started right away. The evolutionary blueprint of success. At its core, the philosophy of the top 1% mirrors the very laws that govern nature. Charles Darwin's theory of natural selection states that only those best adapted to their environments will survive and reproduce. Weakness, indecision, and failure to adapt are death sentences, not just in the wild but in the economic and social battlegrounds of our world. While society preaches inclusivity and participation trophies, those who truly understand the mechanics of success know that competition is the only constant. The marketplace is a jungle, and only the most relentless, cunning, and adaptable individuals will carve out their empires. There are no handouts at the top, only spoils for the victorious. Look at the animal kingdom. The lion does not ask permission to rule the savannah, the eagle does not wait for others to let it soar. They take what is theirs through strength, precision, and an unwavering will to dominate. The same is true for the self-made billionaire, the visionary entrepreneur, the master strategist who sees opportunities where others see obstacles. These individuals do not hesitate, they do not doubt. They act, they conquer, and they expand their influence without concern for those left in their wake. To the top 1%, compassion is a calculated tool, used only when it benefits them. Everything they do is intentional, every move they make is based on a ruthless evaluation of risk and reward. They understand that to hesitate is to die, and to show weakness is to invite destruction. The illusion of fairness and the reality of power. From childhood, most people are fed a comforting narrative: be kind, work hard, follow the rules, and success will come. But this narrative is designed to keep the masses complacent. The top 1% operate by a different playbook, one that acknowledges that power is never given, it is taken. There is no moral obligation for the strong to lift the weak, no cosmic justice that ensures good people will be rewarded. The world does not operate on ethics, it operates on strength, influence, and leverage. Those who refuse to accept this reality are doomed to be used as stepping stones for those who do. Consider history's greatest empires, business tycoons, and power players. Were they rewarded for their kindness, Or did they seize power through intelligence, strategy, and an unyielding will to win? The Romans did not conquer the known world by waiting for permission, they took what they wanted. The moguls of industry did not build their empires by sharing their secrets, they crushed competition and forged monopolies. The modern elite, Silicon Valley visionaries, hedge fund titans, political masterminds, all operate within this framework. They do not play fair because they understand that fairness is an illusion. They create the rules, they shape the system, and they bend reality to their will. The strength of ruthless adaptability. The world is an ever-changing battlefield, most adaptable survive and thrive. The top 1% understand that past successes do not guarantee future victories. They recognize that clinging to outdated methods, rigid mindsets, or traditional ways of doing business is a recipe for obsolescence. Instead of resisting change, they embrace it, constantly reassessing their strategies, reinventing themselves, and pivoting when necessary. Adaptability is not merely a survival mechanism, it is a competitive advantage. The most successful individuals do not fear uncertainty, they master it. They anticipate shifts in the economy, emerging technologies, and cultural transformations, positioning themselves at the forefront of innovation. Whether it's a business leader reshaping an industry, an investor capitalizing on a new trend, or an entrepreneur adjusting to market demands, the key to their dominance is their ability to evolve. This relentless adaptability is fueled by an insatiable hunger for knowledge. The elite never stop learning because they know that stagnation leads to irrelevance. They read voraciously, seek mentorship from those who have walked the path before them, and surround themselves with individuals who challenge their thinking. They don't just consume information, they apply it strategically, turning knowledge into power. More importantly, they have the mental fortitude to abandon what no longer serves them. While the average person resists change due to fear of failure, the top 1% understand that clinging to the past is a greater risk than embracing the unknown. They are willing to let go of businesses, relationships, and habits that no longer align with their goals. Their success is not built on luck, but on an unwavering commitment to reinvention, ensuring that they remain relevant, resilient, and ahead of the curve. Mastering the art of influence and control. Wealth alone does not define power, true dominance comes from influence. The most powerful individuals in history were not just rich, they were architects of thought, culture, and ideology. They did not simply accumulate assets, they shaped industries, controlled markets, and dictated the course of societies. Influence is the currency that outlasts money, and control is the mechanism that sustains empires. The elite understand that human psychology governs the world. The ability to persuade, to command attention, and to direct public perception is what separates the truly powerful from the merely affluent. While others seek approval, the top 1% create movements. They shape public discourse, set trends, and leverage media, politics, and technology to reinforce their narratives. They do not wait for opportunities, they manufacture them by positioning themselves as indispensable. Influence is not achieved by chance, it is a cultivated skill. Those who wield it master communication at the highest level. They understand the power of storytelling, the subtle art of persuasion, and the psychological triggers that drive human behavior. Whether through politics, business, entertainment, or digital platforms, they craft messages that resonate, stir emotions, and inspire loyalty. Beyond persuasion, they understand control. Control is not about force, it is about positioning. They establish systems where their presence is essential, where industries rely on their expertise, and where competitors play by the rules they set. They leverage networks, gatekeeping structures, and strategic partnerships to maintain their advantage. To the untrained eye, their success may appear effortless, but beneath the surface, it is a carefully constructed web of influence and dominance that ensures their reign is unchallenged. Discipline. Talent is common, intelligence is abundant, and even luck can favor the unprepared, but without discipline, all of these advantages are wasted. The most successful individuals possess an iron will, an unbreakable commitment to their vision, and an unwavering focus that separates them from the masses. Discipline is the ultimate equalizer. It is the force that ensures results, even when motivation fades. The top 1% do not act based on fleeting emotions or momentary desires, they execute their plans with ruthless consistency. They wake up earlier, push harder, and maintain a level of productivity that others cannot sustain. While the average person makes excuses, procrastinates, or allows distractions to derail them, the truly elite show up every single day, regardless of circumstances. They do not negotiate with their emotions. Whether they feel tired, unmotivated, or overwhelmed, they execute their tasks with military precision. They understand that success is not built on moments of inspiration but on relentless, disciplined effort over years. Their work ethic is non-negotiable, their routines are sacred, and their ability to delay gratification ensures long-term dominance. Most people give up at the first sign of hardship. The disciplined elite, however, thrive in discomfort. They push through mental and physical exhaustion, knowing that every challenge overcome is a step closer to their ultimate goal. They embrace suffering as a rite of passage, recognizing that greatness is forged in the fire of relentless perseverance. At the end of the day, the philosophy of the top 1% is not about luck, privilege, or even intelligence alone, it is about mindset. It is about understanding the brutal truths of life and using them to your advantage. The world is a battleground, and only those who are willing to fight for their place will claim the throne. The question is not whether this philosophy is fair or unfair. The question is whether you will accept it and rise, or deny it and be left behind. This is the Beyond the Surface channel. We hope you learned something from this video. Feel free to like the video, share it with a friend and subscribe for more videos like this on About Philosophy. Thank you for watching.